Welcome to the workshop on using advanced geographical information system and satellite information for development in Asia. We are really glad that you are here to discuss a very important issue of the GIS and satellite information and how we are going to use it for Asia. First of all, I'd like to ask the welcome address by Mr. Uchon, Director, Sustainable Infrastructure Division, Regional and Sustainable Development Department of ADB, today's host.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, all the guests and our friends. Welcome to ADB. First, I would like to thank Mr. Kenzo Hiroki for making this possible. We've been working together for the last several years, and not only on this issue, but many other issues.
On behalf of my fellow staffs from JAXA, I would like to express my appreciation for organizers, Asian Development Bank, Asian Development Bank Institute, Cabinet Office of Japanese Government, and the University of Tokyo. First of all, I would like to express my heartfelt sympathy for the serious damage caused by the massive flood by the typhoon Ondoi last month.
This is the original UNSCAP body. It was formed in 2004 by UN Secretary General Kofi Annan, and our first chair was former Prime Minister Hashimoto, who has passed away in 2006. He was such a good leader that he left us a legacy of the Hashimoto Action Plan, and I'm glad that we have it. In fact, one of the most needed working group is the disaster area.
Reflecting that, the objective of the workshop is to share knowledge on recent progress on GIS and satellite information, to discuss application of advanced GIS and satellite information for sustainable development of Asia and its required technological level, and to identify potential areas for further actions at fields, and to discuss the next steps to be taken. So this is a program that will be opening now, it's going to be ended, and general session will follow. There will be 3 sessions on sectoral issues, water, disaster, transportation, environment, and regional development, and wrap up.
We in ADB are trying to actually embark on an ambitious knowledge agenda that's outlined in our long-term strategy 2020, and geographical information systems are an important and integral part of such modernization process. And so I'm very happy that we've been having this opportunity where I think with the effort of Dr. Hiroki, we are being able to get both the practitioners as well as the GIS experts in the same room.
I have a list of those 4. Actually, the new technology may not be limited to those. And also, you may think that they are not very amazing, for example, especially the mobile phone. Actually, that are the things that we use on our daily life. But still, with the proper combination and appropriate implementation strategies, I believe that those combined technologies or integrated technologies can provide us a kind of innovative impact to the society, like the one by the internet or the email.
There's a web services using digital maps have become popular on the internet. It's like as Professor Shibazaki said. And there's a new services and systems of the real-time information that includes ITS, intelligent transportation system. So combination of the real-time positioning and digital map is now possible. So we can safely say that next generation GIS is emerging. For example, this is the what we are going to launch. That will be elaborated by Professor Ishida later.
Recently, Japan enacted a space-based policy in 2008. And this shows a disaster monitoring and warning system, which just as long-term vision included. The idea is we are going to mobilize all the space assets from position satellite to Earth observation satellites and generate necessary useful information for the disaster management authority as well as the people affected by the disasters.
This satellite has some advantages. So most one is small. Small means low cost. Low cost means everyone available to install in Asia, so a small country. So And the other advantage is resolution, 1.5 meter less. It's best in the world.
This is basically an extension to the point of Professor Shibasaki that cellular technologies are very important and cannot be ignored if we talk about disaster preparedness and different applications. The first few slides are just introductory to show the relevance of developing countries like Bangladesh and its necessity for disaster and other situations like this.
The issues or the challenge is how to get out of the box, bring it to the policy making people. So I put on the table here question number one, that in next year you have a meeting and also there the G-Spatial Expo. Can you bring this technology into policy level rather than only expert? That's the first one.
And so I'm sure we can do this. But I like the idea that it's still something very technical and not people, real policymakers are not using it to such an extent. So you really have to bring it to a level and that's where I think JAXA will have to focus.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much for raising the issue, the importance of connecting this technology with policy making, and particularly for raising the issue on the water issues. And in order to respond to such a high level water requirement, we've been working with the University of Tokyo in the Asian Water Site Initiative, which Mr. Oliver is going to make a more detailed, specific description how we're going to use the satellite data and also models.
Water disaster GIS and Earth observing satellite. And at the end of the day, we hope that we understand each other better because between the projects that ADB supports and our ADB colleagues ourselves, including myself, and the expertise that you colleagues in Japan are working with.
As such, water is dealt with in Strategy 2020 under several areas of operations. Allow me to briefly discuss in the succeeding slides how our water financing program, supported by the Water Financing Partnership Facility, is addressing the intent of the Strategy 2020. In 2007, at the Stockholm World Water Week, ADB announced the so-called Sanitation Initiative, which seeks to advocate increased investments in sanitation by our developing member countries.
What is not as well defined is the actual individual river basins and movement of people, and the change in spatial planning within basin. How that affects the demographics here is shown changing throughout Java. The Chitram River Basin, which, as you saw, is slightly to the east of Jakarta. There's significant changes over the next 25 in urbanization.